Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everyone doing this morning? Beautiful Saturday morning all over the world. Thank you so much for tuning in to Build Your Best Life with Deborah D. Smith. While you're on the road to your destiny, why not be your best self by following my basic principles to build your best life? Welcome to our Saturday morning session. I hope you will enjoy it. I appreciate all of my YouTube, Periscope, and Facebook fans all over the world. So thank you for tuning in. As those of you who have been following me know, I have been doing a series over the past 5 months of those building materials that you need in order to build a great life. And we're on the last of those building materials this month, and that is finance. Our other building materials were associations, those people around you, those that you need to get from around you, those that you need to assist you in your being your best self. Discipline, more so self-discipline. You get to a point in your life where you are responsible for everything you do. You can't rely on parents or other people. You have to be disciplined enough to make sure you're doing what you need to do when you need to do it. Then we talked about goals. You can't get anywhere if you don't know where you're going. It's just like taking a trip. You just don't jump in the car and say, okay, I'm going on vacation. You do some planning ahead of time, depending on your destination, whether it's within the state, another part of the state, out of the country, would depend on how much time it would need take you to plan your trip, how far in advance you would do that. So the same thing in life, you have to plan. You don't just do things. Then we talked about, and I think this is one of the big ones for me, is mindset. Mindset. You can be an Einstein in here, but if you think negative, have negative associations around you, and everything that's feeding in is negative, then everything that's going to come out is negative. Your mindset is powerful. And this month, I am talking about finance. Finance is key as well. And I guess you say, well, you know, should it be all about the money? No, it's not all about the money, but when you get the money and you need money to survive in life, you want to know how to manage it well. Everything that you do in your life, you want to do it the best that you can so that you can build your best life and then go on to effective living. Okay, so that's why we're talking about finances this month. Now, this morning, I'm going to continue with talking about finances, and my topic for this morning is I can't believe this dude set me up and ghosted me. I can't believe this dude set me up and ghosted me. Now, I guess you say, this dude, I thought your platform was for young men. Yes, my platform is for young men and everyone that is a village to assist those young men. But also, the principles that I teach can help everyone. And I want to assist everyone that's in my audience. So it's important that I touch bases and cover information that will help everyone. And I have a lot of friends that have daughters. And so we want to make sure that those daughters are getting the information that they need as well. You know, because I know as I raised my sons, one of the things that I taught them was about respecting young ladies and everything that they should do pertaining to young ladies. So, because you can't just go through life, you know, just telling your children, you know, this is how you get better. This is how you get better. But you don't worry about how they treat others. You know what I'm saying? Good morning, Brady. Thank you for tuning in. This is my granddaughter. I have to get this. Hello, Michaela. What? Calm down. Calm down. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. What's going on, Michaela? Calm it down. You went on a date with a guy and what? When was this? Last night? Tell me what happened. Calm down. Calm down. Okay, so how did you meet this guy? Okay, it was a friend of a friend. Okay, so he was supposed to pick you up at 7 o'clock. Okay, and then what happened? You got to calm down. I can't hear you. Okay, he's supposed to pick you up at 7. Then you got a call. He wanted you to pick him up. Why did you need to pick him up and you never met him before? That's not very respectful. He was having car trouble. And you went to pick him up. Where did he live? Have you ever been on that side of town, Michaela? Okay, so you go to pick him up, and then what? Y'all went to Roof Chris. Okay, well, hold up. Y'all are young. This guy, how old is this guy? He's 20, okay. Does he have a job? You don't know. Okay, so y'all had a reservation at Roof Chris. He's supposed to pick you up, but you had to go pick him up because his car wouldn't start. Okay. What? He didn't have gas in his car. Okay, if he can't afford to put gas in his car, why was he gonna take, how could he take you to Roof Chris? It's ridiculous. Go ahead, baby. Nana sorry. Go ahead. Okay, so you got the dude, you picked him up, he didn't have money for gas, y'all go to Roof Chris. Oh, Roof Chris, okay. Did you tell him you wanted to go to Roof Chris? Oh, he selected it. Okay. So y'all had appetizers, he had a drink. How did he have a drink and he was 20? Fake ID. Okay, that's another no. Okay. Nana taught you better than that. But anyway, I would have walked out at that point. But go ahead, Michaela. Okay. So and you know, it's so funny. That's what I'm talking about on my broadcast this morning is guys and their finances. Okay, but go ahead. So he ordered drinks and appetizers and oh, he got the cowboy steak. That's the most expensive one on the menu. Wow. I guess he did have money, huh? Uh-huh. And when the check came, what? He didn't have his wallet. What do you mean he didn't have his wallet? So then what, Michaela? Well, Nana, okay. So, okay, I'm not mad. I'm just saying, you know, I'm on this. This is why I'm trying to assist young men. And right now I'm talking about finances. And see, this is important. But how could he not have his wallet and he takes you to Roof Chris? Okay, yeah, I know Nana gave you American Express, but that's for you in case of emergencies. Yes, okay. I understand you didn't want to get put out of the restaurant and you didn't want to be embarrassed, so you paid for the meal. Okay. And what did he do? Just sit there? He did what? Told you he had to go. Michaela, really? You should have called your granddaddy or your Uncle Chris. This is ridiculous. He went to the restroom and never came back. Okay, when you went to pick him up, did he come out of the house or was he standing outside? Oh, he was standing outside. So you don't know if he really lives there or not. And you tried to call him this morning, and what happened? That number doesn't work. Girl, he set you up and ghosted you. That's not funny. It's not funny. But this is why Nana is trying to help young men do the right thing, because that was just totally disrespectful. He disrespected you in many ways, but Nana has tried to teach you as well as young men. The first mistake was, if his car wasn't working, next time you say, okay, I'm sorry your car is not working. We'll just put this date off for another time. When your car is working, then you can come pick me up and we'll go on a date. Okay, but Nana needs to go and finish her broadcast. Okay, and I'll talk to you later. But that's a lesson. Okay, bye-bye. Wow, I tell you, this is what I'm talking about. Guys and their finances. Now, why would you offer to take a girl out knowing you don't have money? He probably never had a car. So he didn't have a car. He finds a nice young lady, comes from a nice family. Even he may have money and just didn't want to spend it. So he gets this young lady to take him out. First of all, on a first date, you should meet the young lady's parents, first off. That's respectful. Then you wouldn't have the young lady to come pick you up. You would go pick the young lady up. If your ride is down, you need a new whip or whatever, then you have to call her back and reschedule a date. And this is again why, young men, you need to save your money, because you need what? You need to tithe when you get some money. You need to put 10% up for yourself. You need to put 10% up in an emergency fund where you can't readily get your hands on it in case of emergencies. Right, Brady? Type something in the chat, girl. I have Brady Robinson on here. She can tell you about those finances. But young men, you need your finances. So if you're ride down or whatever, you would have money in your emergency fund, and you wouldn't have to call that young lady and say, come pick me up. That was disrespectful. That's not what I teach my guys on Build Your Best Life. You respect young ladies. You treat them the same way that you would want someone to treat your sister or your mom. Then, secondly, can you afford a Ruth Chris on a first date? You're taking somebody out on a first date. You don't know them that well. Don't know if there'll be a second date or anything else. Why would you pick a high-scale restaurant to take a young lady to on a first date and you don't even know her? Are you trying to impress her? What do your funds look like? Do your funds say Ruth Chris? If your funds don't say Ruth Chris, you don't go to Ruth Chris. If your funds say Wendy's, go to Wendy's. If you don't have funds like that, let's go have coffee and talk. You don't go somewhere that you cannot afford. This is how people begin to make mistakes. When you can't afford something, you charge it. And then you can't afford to pay the entire balance. So then you are accruing interest. And then you get yourself into this little snowball effect where you don't have money. The only money you have to pay the minimum. So it's going to take you years and years. And when I say years and years, depending on what you get, I think like $2,000 can take you 20 years to pay back. It's not funny, but it can. So guys, you have to do better. Don't be yourself. Don't try to be someone else. You know, if you can afford, I don't even know what the most inexpensive car is nowadays, but whatever that is, I don't think it's a Kia anymore. But if you got hoopty money, then you ride in a hoopty. Okay? If you got Mercedes money and Mercedes maintenance money and Mercedes insurance money, then you get a Mercedes. So whoever ghosted my granddaughter had no business taking her to Ruth Chris, because it's evident that they could not afford it. So you don't try to impress people with material things. You try to impress them with your heart, being yourself, who you are made to be. And Brady says, if you can't afford something, don't buy it. I'm going to say that again. If you can't afford something, don't buy it. The only time you should be pulling out some plastic is if it's for a cash back. If it's a cash back card and you're going to pay that entire balance at the end of the month. Am I correct, Brady? All right, so Brady going to come on and she going to talk about some finances this month, because this is a hot topic and we want our young men and everyone really to be well-rounded with finances, because, you know, finances can lead to so many other things. It can lead to depression. It can lead people to, depending on how badly they want something, they may start stealing, doing things that they shouldn't do. You know, that's how a lot of people, guys get hooked into the game, because they see things that they want. They know they can't afford them and they just have to have them. No, you don't. Just wait till you can afford something. Save, save, save. I knew, well, I know a couple. They're not a couple anymore, but years ago, we went to a conference and they had a new expedition. And you know, expeditions are not inexpensive. And my husband was like, oh, that's really, really nice. You know, when did y'all get that? And they said, oh, we've been saving for it. He said, you saved for it? They said, yes, we saved until we had enough to buy it. So that was what? They set a goal. They made a plan and they saved. And that was a big purchase, but they saved until they got enough to purchase that. So there are so many things that you need to know about saving and finances, and Brady's going to help you out this month. We'll get back to you on the date and time, but she will be here in February. Thanks so much, Brady. She said, save, 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 but she is one of her expertise. She is well-rounded, but finance is her thing. I've had her on before, so if you missed her, she will be back. And good morning, Kyrie. Thank you for tuning in. Yes, girl, drive what you can afford. They used to laugh at me. I didn't care. I had bought my husband one time a used pickup truck, and for whatever reason, I started driving it to work, and this guy looked at me one day. I was coming in the gate, and he like looked at me, and he was like, "What are you doing driving that big truck? That doesn't look like you." I said, "As long as it get me from point A to point B, I'm good." And for years and years and years and years, I'd had used cars, used cars, used cars. As long as they got me from A to B, I was good. So, like my mom used to say, wheels beat heels anytime. So as long as you can ride and get there, you don't have to walk. Hey, it's all good. So, I know I'm probably gonna get some phone calls. What they did? What to your granddaughter? But that wasn't, you know, really my granddaughter on the phone. But anyway, I just wanted to prove a point of how these things do happen. So young ladies, do be careful with guys. When you meet guys, I don't care if someone introduces them to you, you don't know them, make sure that someone has met them in your family. You don't just go and pick someone up. You don't know if that's where they live. You don't know what may happen. You never knew this person before. You're going to go pick them up in a strange place, let them get in a car with you. So if you're driving, you don't have control to defend yourself in any way. Then if they can't afford to pick you up, you will allow them to take you to this expensive restaurant. and you end up picking up the check, and then they ghost you. And so you stuck with that. Very expensive date, but I guess it would be worth the experience. Oh, great point, Brady. I think I heard something similar. Brady says that the average millionaire buys cars 2 to 5 years old. They don't purchase new cars because I believe it's as soon as you drive it off the lot, the value goes down. That's a good point. And you can get some really good cars that are not brand new. I mean, let me see. Both of my cars, they weren't 2 years old. However, one of them was being driven by a sales director, and another one, my truck was being driven by someone else. So I got a huge discount because it wasn't spanking brand new. So hey, they enjoyed it, broke it in for me. It's all's good. All's good. So thank y'all so much for tuning in this morning. I hope you enjoyed my this dude not only set me up, but he ghosted me as well. But it's all about finances this month, and we're going to have an expert, Miss Brady Robinson, back on this month to talk about that and help you to get in a good spot. And I will please make sure that you tune in so you can get that date, because you don't want to miss it. Thank you so much. And please visit my website, www.buildyourbestlife.org. That's www.buildyourbestlife.org. There you can find out more about my platform, more about myself. You can see my calendar of events. You can visit my web bookstore where you can purchase my book, Build Your Best Life. And in there are basic principles that will help you to build your best life. So thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you on Tuesday. Remember, Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're having chats from the village. You know, it takes a village in order for us to raise effective young men and young women. And so we're going to have an educator on this Tuesday, the 9th of February at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Naomi Bell will be visiting us here at Build Your Best Life. So you don't want to miss it. We want to hear what Naomi has to tell us as far as an educator's perspective. So please tune in. And as you travel on your road to being a better person, you will run into rough terrain, detours, distractions, and pitfalls. Don't let these negative aspects of your journey stop you. Though they may slow you down, keep going to be a better you so that you can build your best life. Thank you. Be blessed and have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in.